You'll love the way we fly.
Drat! People really enjoy eating. I hate it when people enjoy anything. If only I could make all food taste totally blah. I know. Soon the whole world will turn into the land of bland, thanks to me. For this job, I simply must have Dr. Belljar.
Oh, how unpleasant to see you, Carmen.
Thanks. I'm sending you through the time port to China in the year 780. There's something very special I want you to steal.
Why, Carmen, you're whetting my appetite for evil.
Good. The info beam will give you all the details. Now, get going.
Time pilot. Dr. Belljar just stole something from the past. You've got 28 minutes to get it back, or history will change forever. Initiate chrono skimmer launch sequence. Boot up the chrono computer. Power up the engines. Extend the temporal sequencer. Now, get going.
We're on the case and we're chasing her through history. Chrono skimmer, engines hot, vile villains, evil plot. Our brave squadron leader will help us defeat her and bring back the loot to its rightful place in time. Tell me where in time is Carmen Sandiego? Stop her crime and solve this mystery. Tell me where in time is Carmen Sandiego? We're on the case and we're chasing her through history.
And here's the time pilot squadron leader, Kevin Shinnick.
Welcome aboard, everybody. I want you to hang on tight because we have a very big mission, but very little time. So let's meet today's time pilots, starting with Mike Samuels. Mike, welcome aboard, buddy. Good to see you. And Daniel Stayskull. Daniel, welcome aboard. And Melinda Albee. Nice to have you in the squadron, Melinda. Okay, time pilots, just so you know, we depend on fact fuel to power the chrono skimmer. And you'll be generating that fuel with your answers, okay? So, each of you is equipped with 100 power points. Let's check in with the chrono skimmer engine crew. Okay, moving and shaking. Since they're ready and raring to go, let's begin our pursuit of Dr. Belljar. Chief, what's our mission profile?
Squadron, your time target is the year 780. Destination, China. The Tang Dynasty there needed lots of money to run the government. So it took over trade in a spice that comes from evaporated seawater. The spice is an important preservative, and it makes bland food more tasty. By 780, the Tang monopoly on this spice supplied a big part of the government's budget. Or so history told us till now, when Dr. Belljar stepped back in time and spirited away the spice.
Thanks, Chief. Time pilots, for 10 power points, what did Dr. Belljar steal from China? Was it salt, pepper, or tea? Let's remember the clues we just heard. Controlled by government monopoly during Tang Dynasty, comes from seawater, and used as a preservative. All right. Mike, pal, what'd you say?
Salt.
All right, Daniel?
Salt.
And Melinda?
Salt.
Correct answer is salt. Way to go. 10 points for everybody. That's the way we like to start this off. And now we know what Dr. Belljar stole. If one of you today can retrieve that stolen loot and capture Carmen Sandiego, you'll win a complete multimedia computer system, all right? So, let's go get it back. Now let's warp to the time of the crime. Okay, we followed Dr. Belljar back to the year 780, but he's about to do some globe hopping in the 700s and the 800s. So, for us, it's time for global pursuit. Grab your controls, watch the globe on your screen, and buzz in when you think you know the right answer. If you're right, you get 5 power points, but if you're wrong, you lose 5, okay? Remember, we're in the 700s and the 800s, but we're calling places by their 20th century names. Ready? Bell jars in the valley where thousands die from eating fungus-infected rye bread. What do you say, guys? Yes, Melinda.
Rhine Valley?
Correct, Rhine Valley. Now he's on the island where spinach is being introduced by the Saracens. Yes, Daniel.
Crete.
Actually, it's Sicily. He skipped to a famine-stricken country ruled by Charlemagne. What do you say, guys? Time's of the essence. Yes, Mike.
France.
Correct, France. Then he zoomed to a place ruled by Emperor Charles the Fat. Yes, Melinda?
Italy.
Correct, Italy. Okay, bell jars in the country where the Pope forbids Christian converts to eat horse flesh. Yes, Daniel?
Poland.
Actually, it's Germany. All right, guys, tough round, but let's see how we did. Mike has 115 power points, Daniel has 100, and Melinda has 120. But I'll tell you what, bell jar has skipped out of Germany right before we got here. So it... Wait a minute. Hey, that's a clue coming in from the trans-time signal monitor. Let's see who it is. Hey, it's Millennia, the world's oldest woman. Watch the view screen. Hi, Millie, how's it going?
I was just reminiscing about my old job back in the Middle Ages. I was a fishmonger. Oh, boy, did I love to mong fish. Problem was, sometimes my fish went bad. Well, you know, a rotten herring here, a rotten one there. Pretty soon you got, whew. Well, the Dutch made a breakthrough in large-scale fish preservation. They packed fresh herring in barrels filled with salt, then sealed them up, and that kept the fish from spoiling. Boy, now, there was an idea that changed how people ate. See, folks had herring to eat even when fresh wasn't available. Well, me, I still keep the odd rotten fish around for when my boring cousin Stanley comes to visit. That must be him now. Excuse me. That you, Stanley?
Thanks, Millennia. All right, time pilots. Where in time is Dr. Belljar? Is he in Holland in the 1300s, Russia in the 900s, or France in the 1700s? Let's remember the clues we just heard. Dutch, Middle Ages, and improved preservation of fish in salt. Okay, Mike, what'd you say?
Holland in the 1300s.
All right, Daniel?
Holland in the 1300s.
And Melinda?
Holland in the 1300s.
Well, the correct answer would be Holland in the 1300s. Very good. 10 points for everybody. Squadron, the Dutch made a fortune selling their salt-preserved herring, enough to spur growth of some cities. But that fortune will be lost unless we get back the salt. Engine room, let's warp to the 1300s. Okay, pilots, we made it back to the 1300s, but it seems so... Oh, no. Uh-oh. All right, that last warp depleted our fact fuel. We need to refuel with a data boost. Time pilots, I'll name a historical development or invention. Your job, buzz in and tell me if it was introduced before 1300 or after 1300. If you're right, you get 5 power points, but if you're wrong, you lose 5, okay? The zipper. Yes, Daniel.
After 1300.
Correct. Zippers weren't perfected until 1912. Birthday cakes with candles. Yes, Daniel.
Before 1300.
Correct again. First used in Germany in the 1200s. How about mayonnaise? Yes, Daniel.
After 1300.
Correct again. Rocket-propelled weapons. This time, Mike.
After 1300.
Actually, it was before 1300. The Chinese developed arrows propelled by black powder rockets by the 1200s. How about aspirin? Yes, Melinda.
After 1300.
Correct. First marketed in 1899. All right, good job, time pilots. You replenished our fact fuel. And just to remind everybody out there, our fact fuel is verified by Encyclopedia Britannica. Now let's continue on our mission and get back the stolen salt. Oh. Hey, wait a second. The clue finder's locked onto some time turbulence in the 1800s. Let's bring him on board, see if they can help us. Oh, hi. Who are you?
Oh, I'm a Civil War soldier. Mind if I sit down?
Oh, no, hey, sit down. Go ahead. Go ahead, take a load off.
I have had me quite a day.
Really?
Oh, yes. Rifle fire, knives, bayonet attacks.
Wow, that sounds like an awful battle.
Who said anything about battle? I'm talking about lunch. Oh, you know, now and then we soldiers eat food preserved in tin cans. But boy, it's hard as the dickens to get into the things. Darn near impossible. You gotta attack them just to get at the food.
Don't you have any can openers?
Oh, sure. I got all kinds of can openers. I got my rifle. I got my bayonet. Sometimes I even use my teeth, but I ain't too good. Hey, you know, soon I'm gonna try dynamite.
No, hey, all right, that's just a little ridiculous. How long have tin cans been around?
Oh, I'd say about 50 years.
All right, 50 years. You're telling me in all that time, nobody's invented a useful can opener? Now, don't do that. You're going to leave a mark or something.
Right. No, I don't think... Wait a minute. Now, I did hear tell about a Connecticut fellow who got a patent on a real funny-looking can opening tool.
Yeah?
Yeah, about a few years back, but didn't really catch on. No. Most of the time, people just use whatever they got, you know? Whatever tools or weapons they have around.
Incredible.
Well, I guess I better be getting back. I've got to round up my regiment for a serious attack.
Yeah?
Yes. Dinner. Ooh.
Well, good luck. Hey. Oh, he's got a lovely voice, doesn't he? All right, time pilots. Where in time is Dr. Beljar? Tell me the decade. 1820s, 1840s, or 1860s? Let's remember the clues we just heard. Decade of the American Civil War. Can opener was recently invented, but not yet popular. And food preserved in cans, like we just saw. All right, guys, lock onto an answer as soon as you can. Mike, what'd you say?
1860s.
All right, Daniel?
1840s.
Okay, Melinda?
1840s.
Okay, correct answer is 1860s. 10 points from Mike. All right, pilots. The can and can openers were milestones in food preservation. But supermarket aisles may be swimming in soup if you don't save history now. So let's warp to the 1860s.
Catch me if you can, time pilots.
Pilots, we've made it to the 1860s, but Dr. Beljar has zapped our fact fuel. It's time for another data boost. All right, I'll name a historical event. Your job, buzz in and tell me whether that event took place in the 1860s or the 1960s. If you're right, you get 5 power points, but if you're wrong, you lose 5. Remember, 1860s or 1960s. Average American consumes 100 pounds of beef per year. Yes, Daniel.
1960s.
Correct it is. Americans reached that level around 1960, right. Gulden's mustard introduced. Yes, Mike.
1960s.
Actually, 1862 is the answer. Perrier water first bottled and sold. Yes, Daniel.
1960s.
Actually, that is 1863. Learning something here. All right, first beverages in aluminum cans. Yes, Melinda.
1960s.
Correct, 1960, introduced by soft drink manufacturers. Finally, Tabasco sauce introduced. Yes, Mike?
1860s.
Say it again.
1860s.
One more time.
18.
Well, you're correct. I'm deaf, but you're correct. 1868 is the correct answer. Very good. You did a great job, and you've replenished our fact fuel. So far, we're doing wonderful, and now we're ready for time travel. All right, the question is, where in time is Dr. Beljar taking the stolen... You know, before... Wait a second. What's happening to the...
Still plodding along, turtles. So sorry, I couldn't wait. The amazing Beljar has raced ahead to 1983. Salt isn't used much as a preservative these days, but people love the taste. In fact, they eat much more than their bodies need, which may cause health problems. So now there's a new salt substitute called Mrs. Dash. It blends herbs and spices into a healthy seasoning for food. Mrs. Dash is a big success, which gives me, Dr. Beljar, a brilliant idea. I will start my own empire of spice substitutes. Pretend pepper. Oregano. I can't believe it's not parsley.
Okay, time pilots. I don't know about salt, but I think he better lay off the caffeine, if you ask me. All right, time pilots, where in time is Dr. Bellejar? Name the U.S. president. Is it Gerald Ford, Jimmy Carter, or Ronald Reagan? Remembering the clues we just heard, 1983, Mrs. Dash introduced, and concern about salt and health. Okay. Mike, what'd you say?
Jimmy Carter.
All right, Daniel?
Jimmy Carter.
All right, Melinda?
Ronald Reagan.
Actually, correct answer is Ronald Reagan. 10 points for Melinda. Very good. Pilots, we started this mission in the year 780, and now we hear about salt and health problems, which just goes to prove it. If you study something for 1,203 years, you know, you're bound to find something wrong with it, you know? So what are you going to do? All right, pilots, for the sake of Mrs. Dash, we've got to make one final leap forward in time, and that means an ultimate data boost. All right, guys, in an ultimate data boost, each correct answer is worth 10 power points. But if you're wrong, you lose 10 power points, all right? I'll read a statement about salt. Your job, buzz in and tell me if that statement is true or false. Nothing but bacteria can survive in the Dead Sea because its waters are so salty. Yes, Daniel?
True.
Correct, it is true. The scarcity of salt was a major contributing cause of the French Revolution. Yes, Daniel?
False.
Actually, it's true. The scarcity was due to a salt monopoly developed by French kings. All right, centuries of freshwater rainfall has removed all the salt from the Great Salt Lake. Yes, Daniel?
True.
Actually, it's false. All right, the word salary comes from the Latin word for salt. Yes, Daniel, again?
False.
Actually, it's true. During the Roman Empire, soldiers were paid a salary to buy salt. A centuries-old Polish salt mine has chapels, sculptures, and chandeliers carved entirely from salt. Yes, Mike?
True.
It is true. The salt used on McDonald's French fries was developed in a top-secret laboratory. Yes, Daniel?
False.
That would be false, right. All right, animal hides are pickled in salt before being processed into leather. Yes, Melinda?
False.
Actually, it's true. I didn't know that, but it's true. A mixture of salt and water freezes at a lower temperature than water alone. Yes, Daniel?
True.
It is true. That's why rock salt is often used on icy roads and sidewalks. Okay? Finally, Congress recently learned that the Pentagon pays $8,000 each for special salt shakers. Yes, Daniel?
True.
Actually, that's false. At least we hope it's false. We spent all that money. All right, and that does it, guys. Let's see how well we did. Mike has 140 power points. Daniel has 115 power points, and Melinda has 140 power points, which means Mike and Melinda are moving on to the next phase of our mission. But Daniel, you did a great job, buddy. Really excellent job as a squadron. We're proud of you. And now the chief wants to say a few words to express our appreciation.
You did some great navigating in pursuit of Dr. Bellejar, but sometimes that bionic bozo has all the luck. To assist you on future missions, I'm awarding you our Acme Time Net mission pack. You'll get a deluxe Britannica World Atlas, this official Carmen t-shirt, the Chrono Skimmer cap with you-know-whose picture in front, a wear-in-time watch, and finally, this Carmen Sandiego CD-ROM library and board games. They're what top-notch time pilots pack for R&R breaks between missions. From the brass here at Acme Time Net Command, congratulations!
All right, thank you, Chief. Squadron, we have sent Daniel back to TimeNet Command, and we're staying on here to complete our mission. As if you're ready. You guys ready?
Yes.
Yeah? All right, Chief, we're ready.
Time pilots, the history of food preservation is at stake. Get to the United States in 1983 and preserve that salt. Kevin, you're in command.
Aye, aye, Chief. All right, time pilots, full speed ahead to 1983. Look, Bellejar's got the stolen salt in a cybersphere. Activate the loot tractor beam.
You'll never catch the brilliant Bellejar.
All right, we've gotten back the salt and have it safely on board. Congratulations, guys. You've completed mission objective #1. But Bellejar gave us the slip again, but now I've got to return the loot to the year 780. So let's check in with the Chief to get our flight plan, all right? Chief?
Time pilots, you must navigate the Chrono Skimmer through 8 events from the history of food preservation and salt, starting at the most recent event and finishing at the least recent event. The time pilot who does that goes on to chase Carmen and Dr. Bellejar along the trail of time. Here are the events on your flight plan. The Dutch improved process for preserving herring in salt. Mahatma Gandhi defies the British salt tax. The British captured the salt supply of Washington's army. The Tang Dynasty's salt monopoly in China. Rappers Salt and Pepper climb the charts. Explorer Vasco da Gama brings spices back to Portugal. The Union Army destroys Confederate salt works. President Nixon signs the SALT I agreements with the Soviet Union. That's your briefing time, pilots. Good luck on your journey.
Thanks, Chief. All right, Squadron. Right now, normally, the person with the higher score gets to choose whether they want to go first or second, but you both have the same score. So, in the absence of that, we flipped a coin, and Mike won. Correct, Mike? So you have the choice of going first or second.
I'd like to go first.
First? All right, Mike, in that case, I want you to navigate this chronoskimmer back through time from the most recent event to the least recent event, starting by picking the most recent event on the board. You can begin.
Salt and Pepper climbed the charts.
Correct. You've gotten us to 1993. Can you pick the next most recent event?
Nixon signed SALT I agreements.
Correct. You've gotten us to 1972. SALT, in this case, S-A-L-T, stands for Strategic Arms Limitation Talks. Can you name the next most recent event?
Confederate salt works destroyed.
Okay, you have to go to Melinda. Pick the most recent event on the board.
Salt and Pepper climbed the charts.
Correct. 1993. Can you name the next most recent event?
Nixon signed SALT I agreement.
Yes, you've gotten us to 1972. Can you name the next most recent event?
Gandhi defies salt tax.
Yes, you've piloted us to 1930. The British colonial law forbade the unlicensed sale or production of salt in India. But can you name the next most recent event?
Washington's salt supply captured.
All right, going this back to Mike.
Salt and Pepper climbed the charts.
Correct, 1993. What came next?
Nixon SALT I signs it. Nixon.
Correct, 1972. Which came next?
Gandhi defies salt tax.
Yes, 1930. Can you pick the next most recent event?
Confederate salt works destroyed.
Yes, you've navigated us to 1862. Can you name the next most recent event?
Washington salt supply captured.
You've piloted the ship to 1777. Can you name the next most recent event?
Da Gama brings Portugal spices.
Yes, you've gotten us to 1499. What came next?
Dutch improved salt herring.
Yes, the 1300s, followed by what?
Signed salt monopoly in China.
Correct. You've saved history, Mike. You've done it. Congratulations, buddy boy. We're going to move on in just a moment, okay? And you did a wonderful job, Melinda. We're happy to have you as a squadron. You did a great job. And now the Chief has a word about your next mission.
A squadron's only as good as each of its members, and you've been an outstanding time pilot today. That's why I'm awarding you this terrific TimeNet mission pack. And this cool portable CD player. The stereo headphones will let you listen to top-secret mission profiles, and the rechargeable batteries will power you through any situation. You're a top flight time pilot. Congratulations.
All right, Mike, feeling pretty good?
Yep.
You should, because you returned the SALT to 780. That was our mission, and you completed it. And right now, Melinda is piloting the chronoskimmer back to the present, but Carmen and Dr. Beljar are still out there, and it's your job to chase them down, all right? So it's time for us to exit the chronoskimmer and head for the trail of time. Chief, set a go.
I'm activating the transportal departure bay, Kevin. Get ready to leave the chronoskimmer.
We're ready, Chief. Look out, Carmen, we're on our way.
In time, it's Carmen Sandiego. Stop her crime and solve this mystery. Tell me where in time is Carmen Sandiego. We're on the case and they're chasing us through history.
All right, Mike, we've made it to the trail of time. You gotta track Carmen through 6 time portals by answering her questions. Are you ready?
Yep.
All right. Ready, set, go, Mike, go! Follow the engine crew to the first portal.
It's around 1500 BC. What are the Babylonians eating? Potatoes or sausages?
Potatoes.
All right, crank the crank to open the gate. Go, Mike, go. Keep going faster, faster. You're almost there. That gate's going to open any moment. Almost to the top. All right, move on to the second portal following the engine crew.
It's 780 AD. Who has a monopoly on salt in China? Tang Dynasty or Ming Dynasty?
Tongue.
All right, you've captured Dr. Beljar. Congratulations. Keep up the good work.
It's the year 1809. What method is a new type of food preservation? curing, or canning?
Canning.
All right, you're halfway there. You got 40 seconds left.
It's the year 1929. Who is now selling frozen foods? John Swanson or Clarence Birdseye?
Clarence Birdseye.
Yes! 2 more to go. You've got 26 seconds.
It's 1937. What is the first frozen food introduced in Britain? Asparagus or hamburger meat?
Hamburger meat.
All right, crank the crank to open the gate. The other way. There you go. Go, go, go. Keep it going, pal. You're almost there, Mike. It's almost to the top. Go, go, go. Gate's gonna open. All right, go. You've got 1 more.
It's the 1960s. What's the first freeze-dried coffee in the U.S.?
Oh, Mike, we've run out of time, pal, and Carmen has escaped again. But you did capture Dr. Belljar. That's tough to do, and you did a great job. And you returned the loot to its proper place and time. So right now, the Chief's got something she wants to tell you. Chief!
No time pilot ever worked harder than you did today. And in honor of your achievement, I'm issuing you a full 32-volume set of Encyclopedia Britannica. It's packed with articles, maps, and illustrations that will put all of history at your fingertips. Plus, you'll receive this stereo CD music system with radio and dual cassette recorder. Pilot, you're promoted to head navigator. Congratulations.
Thanks, Chief. Mike, you had a tough mission there, but you did a great job. You make an excellent time pilot. We're proud of you. But right now, we all have to go back to the present. And remember, at Acme TimeNet, history is our job.
The future is yours.
We're on the case and we're chasing her through history. Throttle open, thrusters on, chrono skimmer gets us gone. Pack extra socks and we'll all beat the clock from the Stone Age to Middle Age to Space Age and back. Tell me where in time is Carmen Sandiego. Stop her crime and solve this mystery. Tell me where in time is Carmen Sandiego. We're on the case and we're chasing her through history. Nero's middle, Lincoln's beard, Newton's apple disappeared.
All historical information has been verified by Encyclopedia Britannica and was accurate as of the date this program was recorded. This program was produced by WGB.
Possible in part through membership in WCNY and